Hello everyone and welcome back to PGP Motorsports Park for the 5th race of the fall/winter 2025/2026 season. We are now on the 5th race of the season, a little bit more than halfway through, but we are deep into winter. This is recorded just after Christmas, and we have 24 karts eager to race and lined up to improve their spot in these championship standings.
Speaking of championship standings, really quick to shake up the championship, something happened in Sergey's heat race, and he's starting near the back. So our defending champion's starting near the back of the pack, but as we focus on the front of the pack, on our first row, we got William and Aiden as they really slow down the pack. We got a really slick, wet, cold track today. It's 37 degrees out. My hands are freezing, and I hope they don't turn into icicles by the time we're done.
Yeah, the biggest concern is the drivers. Hopefully they got good gloves out there because they kind of need full control of the steering wheel if they're going to be able to perform at the top of their game.
Oh, yeah. Let me at least get our top drivers. We got William, Aiden, and then a beautiful backside of their helmets. We got Alex and Nick on the second row. Can I get the third row? That's Randy in the third row, and next to him, might be Sam. It might be Sam. Really hard to tell. We'll get better names as they come across the line, but here they are lining up 2 by 2 down the front straight, preparing to start the race. Our flag bearer, making sure everything's okay, and the flag's waved and they're away. It's going to be really treacherous going into turn 1. It's really slick and cold.
Seeing lots of moves being made in that middle pack there. How are they all going to make it through?
Boy, they don't all make it through. There's carnage in the back. Fortunately, they all keep it facing the same way.
Yeah, for the most part, but then we have the second part of the apex. I might have heard a bump of the barrier.
Oh no, there's more cars facing the wrong way in double apex.
That's 3 cars facing the wrong way in double apex, but the battle's still going. The pack is still clumped. It is very slick, very cold out there. People have been racing their hardest, and
fierce fighting for the lead. Alex takes the lead from William. William defending on Alex. Alex has been very aggressive. William still going around. Oh no, he went wide, and that also lets Black Suit, Black Helmet go front. That might be Nick. We'll get those names as they come across. All right.
It looks like we see some people trying to dive up on the inside, but they're going to have to come together eventually. And I see Sergey in the middle there trying to get up. And there's a little bit of moments of almost going off, and they still barely keep it on the track. I'm impressed that they're just keeping it 3 wide in these conditions for so long. Sergey right in the middle of it. I don't think he has too much influence as to where his kart goes. When he's stuck in the middle like that, but he's got the momentum. He's going to be trying to move up onto the inside. Sergey really moving up really quickly through this pack.
Wow, Sergey cleared half the field in half a lap. That is ridiculous. But coming down now, we got our leader, Alex, taking the lead, followed by Black Suit, Black Helmet. I'll get his name on the timing sheets as he crosses the line. But in third place is Baran, fending off Nick, and then the Rainmeister, Scott Miller. That's our top 5 for now.
Very good work from Baran, but it looks like he's on the inside here.
Huh? I couldn't quite hear that. I'm too busy looking at the race. Baran defending the inside. Nick on the outside. Nick has a better momentum and takes third place from Baran. Woo, lots of battles. Sergey on the inside of turn 1. Can he make it through? Yes, he can. Really good braking. And the person he passed is not happy about it.
Yeah, we see 2 wide. Going into it. Oh, did I see someone loop around? No, that's just optical illusion from my end, but they're going into double apex. The racing is still very intense despite the early clashes.
Now it's Scott versus Baran for 4th place. Update on the names as Scott gets by Baran. The Black Suit, Black Helmet in 2nd place is none other than Sam. I knew I saw Sam up in that back.
Yep, and who do we have in 3rd place? Oh, looks like someone might have gone off somewhere.
Oh no! There's some more carnage up in top of the world there, but he got it turned around. It's all right.
Okay.
That's just goes to show how slick it is. It is so cold, and the track is still wet from last night. It hasn't rained anymore, but the track's not going to be drying anytime soon.
And Sergey's still making moves. He has got the optimal line going into this sequence of corners. Now it's all going to be about the momentum. He is able to get to that outside line, so he will be very well set up to possibly get a double overtake here. As we see him fly up to the back of these 2 drivers.
Sergey's in 9th, about to be 8th if he makes this move.
All right, he gets up right up into them. He's putting
a 2 for 1!
And
wow!
there it is, the double overtake. Very impressive driving from Sergey. He is flying up the field.
Sergey's doing his Max Verstappen impression here in the wet. He's just gliding by everybody. Starting from the back of the pack. That's impressive. But coming down the front straight now, that's Alex, Sam, Nick. That's a top 3. Kirk, Scott the Rainmeister, Baron, Sergey, Davidson. Oh, man. Our former race leader, Aiden, in 9th. And rounding out our top 10 is William? Wow, William started in the front, too. We got a huge shakeup in the front of the pack today.
Yeah, very massive shakeup. I don't think people might have been good for the conditions in their heat races, but they're still proving themselves to be very good racers as they fly up the pack.
Yeah, surprisingly, the whole race hasn't split off yet. Everybody's still relatively paced with each other for the most part. The only person who's running away with it is Alex in the lead. He's already gapping quite a bit. Yeah, our top 3 are running away with it. Everybody's now unleashing their true pace now that they've scoped out how the track feels in these conditions.
Yep. Yeah, we see Alex up in that first place with quite a gap there. And here we see Sergey closing that gap. But it looks like, is that Davidson next to Sergey?
Yep, that's Davidson. Gonna make that move into turn 5 on Sergey. Sergey sees it, and there's not really much he can do. Get that better momentum and see if he can get it back at turn 3. That is Davidson taking it on Sergey. Signaling to Sergey, hey, let's be smart and catch the leader. Sergey says, yeah, I'll show you smart, and then just tries to take the spot back immediately. That's Sergey for you. These two are going to be fighting all race, I believe. And they both have the pace to fight each other and catch up to Baron in front. Davidson gets a great exit and manages to maybe get by Baron. He's on the inside. It's slippy. There's some contact, but fortunately, they all keep it on track. Davidson on... Oh, no, 3 wide in turn 1. Baron's got that inside. He's going to have the better line. We got Baron coming out in front of everybody, but without the best momentum. He's going to take the outside line. Davidson on the inside, followed very close by Sergey, and they both go by Baron. Great effort from Baron, but not quite it.
Yeah, if you take that inside line, going into that pit straight, you're just not going to have the momentum. And Davidson and Sergey knew that. They were just playing for momentum, and they just flew past Baron, and they're going to resume their battle or start another one with another person in front of them.
I feel like because the person in front of them is Scott Miller, the Rainmeister, I feel like they might play nice and try to catch up to him, because Scott can defend as well as Sergey can, from what I've seen. And with that kind of defense, they know that if they fight, which they're fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting. Of course they're fighting. Why would I assume they wouldn't be fighting? They're racing here.
Yep, they're racing here. They're not looking for the catch-up game. I'm not even sure how if they know how many positions they've caught up to. Actually, there's not many drivers in front of them, so they know that they're doing very well. At the moment, this is actually a championship battle here because Davidson is the championship leader, I believe, at the moment, with Sergey close behind.
Well, dang, this will shake up the championship then.
Yeah, they know that they're fighting each other for the championship, so it doesn't matter if they're in first place or not to them, I guess. They just need to finish in front of each other. Doesn't matter where on the track it is, as long as it's in front of the other one.
The mentality of, I don't need to beat everyone else, I just need to beat you. Understandable. Baron's getting racy in the back there, but unfortunately getting past some more, but he's found himself in some battles, as now it's a pace race up in front. Alex still has a commanding lead. Sam still has a commanding second place. But Nick is under threat from Kirk. Kirk is slowly catching up to Nick, but who's really under threat now is Scott Miller against... That is Davidson catching up to Scott, and Sergey hot on their heels. This is going to turn into a 3-way explosion. Oh boy, I can tell how hard they're pushing, getting that slip angle into turn 1 despite the conditions.
Yeah, they're setting some pretty decent lap times for the conditions here. Part of it seems to be like wet lines, part of it seems to be like dry lines, but that outside line seems really dry, and so they're racing.
Okay,
as if it is.
Lap time update. I couldn't get the lap times on the screen, but I have them here on the computer. Scott, who is in 5th place, is lapping 2 seconds slower than everyone in front, who has a consistent pace of about 105 seconds. Plus minus like 8 tenths, maybe?
Yeah, that's pretty fast for wet conditions, 105.
Oh, yeah. So, Scott here is going to be the roadblock that everyone has to get by. Let's see if he can pull up that Sergey train defense.
And here comes Davidson
goes on the
flying
inside.
up on the inside.
Woo!
Scott,
That's Davidson's signature move.
Yeah, it is. He's got that down. He's practiced it. and Sergey not able to do anything, but Davidson already in a good spot to secure his momentum coming out of it.
Oh, yeah. I think Scott's going to make it really hard for Sergey now that he knows he's in defense mode. That was like a surprise attack from Scott from Davidson, but up in the front here, coming in through turn 1, that is Nick defending against Kirk. We got so many battles going on.
Yeah,
we got a 2-way battle for 3rd place and a 5-way battle for 5th place.
Yep, but here we see Sergey, while that battle was going on, was able to successfully get past Scott.
So everybody, okay, so Davidson and Sergey, our championship battlers, managed to get by Scott on this lap. I know Scott didn't make it easy, but I know that Davidson and Sergey made it look easy. I can say firsthand, getting past Scott is not easy. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, Sergey took an inside line into turn 2 and was able to secure that before the corner was up and before the next corner was taken. Sergey just had really good momentum, was able to fly by Scott Miller here. And Sergey is still trying to keep up, and Scott getting passed by another person here.
That would be Aiden.
So Scott just not quite having the pace here in these conditions.
Now this battle we're focused on here, that is Kirk in front of Nick. This is a battle for 3rd place. And Nick was in 3rd place, but Kirk got by him. Nick, I believe, does have the pace to keep up and possibly pass Kirk. Depends on how they get an exit out of here. Kirk and Nick seem even on pace down the back straight. Will Nick decide to make the move? I'm not so sure. Definitely has a better break point.
And now I'm starting to see water droplets here, so we might get a little bit of misting going on. A little bit of rain to shake things up. They're the tiniest water droplets, but it might be enough to throw some wrenches in people's plans.
Our leaders are passing a lapped car down the front straight. So, almost got confused on who's where. I'm like, who's that other car? Oh, it's a lap car.
But Nick doing very well to stick to the back of Kirk here. Not able to throw any moves, but he's there. And Davidson looking to catch up to that to those two and get that podium spot.
Let me give you guys a race update here. We got Alex still in the lead, Sam still in 2nd. The battle for 3rd is still strong, with Kirk Strong in 3rd, Nick Armstrong in 4th. A very strong battle for 3rd place. In 5th, that's Davidson. 6th place is Sergey. Reminder, those two are in a battle for the championship right now. In 7th is Aiden. In 8th is our Rainmeister Scott Miller. In 9th, I got that mixed up, actually. That's Linus that just got by Scott. Oops. Hi, Linus. Your name was said in the video.
Yep.
So now that means Scott's in 9th. And rounding out our top 10 is Baron, who started very well. Unfortunately slipped back, but hey, top 10, can't complain about that. Well, you can complain. It depends on who you ask.
Yep, and it looks like there's a lap car in like all these battles now. They're trying to keep out of the way, but it's tough to be out of the way, especially in those sequence of corners. But it didn't slow people down too much.
Yeah, it gets tricky to tell who is where if there's a lapped car in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But hey, it's all part of the racing here.
Yep, and there's more likely to be lapped cars in these wet conditions. But here we see the field a little bit spread out. The only fight that seems to be going on right now is actually Scott and Baron.
Oh yeah, Scott and Baron are in a battle now. Baron wants that spot back. He's like, all right, practice is over. Let's do this.
Yep, gotta secure the championship points while you can.
Oh no, contact! Baron tried to take an inside line, but there wasn't enough grip, and he contacted Scott. But fortunately, nothing bad came out of that. He didn't.
Yep, just need to step back, reset a little bit, figure out the grip, and try to set up for another attack. Although now Scott for sure knows that he's being hounded.
So far, that battle between Baron and Scott is the closest thing we got on track. Once another battle erupts, I will try to point it out. But the field is now spreading even more. It's so hard to gauge who is
it
where.
looks like Baran is going on to the inside of top of the world. Gonna get that position from Scott, but
Just
Scott's
kidding.
gonna fight
Scott's
back.
got that momentum. Baran left the door open just a hair to let Scott barrage through and take it back and bus stop. How'd he manage that?
Very, very well placed.
daring.
And there's another battle going on as we see them go sideways, but it seems to be sorted already. This battle still going on between Baran and Scott.
I believe what happened, Baran didn't have the grip to close the door properly, and Scott saw that and just slipped right on through. Here they come. Baran deep on the inside, a little too ambitious. While
Not
that works
gonna
in
have
the
the
dry,
momentum.
it's not going to work in the wet, and Baran learns firsthand that he has no grip nor momentum to get Scott back. I think Scott played that one well.
Yep, it looks like these drivers are more similar on pace, so we've got a good battle on our hands here.
Whew. There's plenty of battles going on. It's so hard to tell what's a battle and what's a lapped car, because there's a couple lapped cars out there that aren't used to these conditions. Racing in these conditions is very tricky. Do not get it twisted. It's very hard to do what they're doing out here.
They're on slick tires out here, so they just don't have any treads for gripping when the track is even a little bit wet. Also, is Davidson making moves up here?
Oh, that's a lapped car we're focused on. Like I said, it's so hard to tell who's lapped and who's not.
Yeah.
But these two racers here that you were focused on, that is Kirk and Nick getting past a lapped car.
Okay. And then Davidson's still catching up. Sergey and Davidson have
So lap
Still
time
a
up.
decent
Oh
pace.
no! Kirk spins on the zone! There was no contact. He just overcooked it, and that lets Nick go by into third place.
And that lets Davidson and Sergey pass as well. And even
Disaster
Aiden.
for Kirk.
But Kirk is not going to let Aiden pass that easily. He's going to be on the inside line, which compromises his momentum. We're going to see how this plays out here. As Kirk tries to put a stopper in all the positions that he's lost with that spin.
But that's Aiden on the inside. Can Kirk hanging around the outside to keep at least Aiden from passing him? He's in a good spot. He's going to have good momentum. Can he close the door on Aiden? Yes, he can. Kirk mitigates the damage.
Successfully defended. Now, what's the pace difference between Davidson and I guess Nick here?
So Davidson's running 104.995s, and Nick is running 105.897s. Just kidding, he's also running 104s. They have relatively equal pace between Davidson and Nick. So it's going to be really tough for Davidson to catch up. But the track is marginally getting better lap by lap.
Oh no, someone spun out in a roller coaster.
Oh no! Now, fortunately, he was able to right himself before everyone got to him. Otherwise, that could have been bad. It is
I think-
almost impossible to change your trajectory in
Oh,
roller
and
coasters.
someone else spun out at top of the world.
Listen, spin to win doesn't work here. Everybody's got to be really careful. So the rules are, if there's a car spun and you see those yellows, no passing. You have to slow down and maintain control.
Is this
And it's a good
Kirk and
thing.
Sergey right now?
Oh, that's a good battle from Sergey there. Sergey getting past Kirk. Well, he got past Kirk. Well, already. Kirk's trying to get that spot back.
I don't think this is the battle for third, but it's hard to tell.
So the battle for third right now, Nick is in third, and it
That's
looks
Davidson in fourth, so I think this is the battle
Davidson's
for
in
fifth.
fourth, and he's way well behind. He's like a half straight away behind.
Kirk
They're
had
not
that
catching
inside
up by
line on
end of
the
race.
outside of those two sequence of corners, and Sergey had the momentum, so he's just able to fly away from Kirk here.
Yeah, we're entering the closing stages of the race.
Oh, and someone's off.
Oh no! Is that Kirk? That looks like that's Kirk. That went off a little bit. Disaster for Kirk once again. And that's going to let Aiden have another opportunity to see if he can get by. There's another car up off in turn 3. Holy moly.
Yeah, people are forgetting to pay attention a little bit to the grip of the cart. Maybe it's those raindrops that I was mentioning before. Some of the conditions of the track have changed in unexpected ways.
That's a reminder just how slick and treacherous the track is today. The slightest lapse in concentration, you hit the brakes just a little too hard, you turn the steering a little too hard, and you're off in the dirt. That is It's so hard to keep it consistent for the full 20-minute race we got out here.
Yeah, and that's thoroughly disrupted the top of the pack here. Although it looks like we have something closing up here with Aiden and Kirk.
I am seeing where you're seeing, and... Oh no, Kirk goes off again. Kirk!
So I think something's going on with his brakes here if he's going to be spinning out like that.
Yeah, he might...
He might have
I don't
bent
know if it's a
something.
brake problem. His brake line could be frozen. That does happen. If your brake line freezes, it's really easy to lock up. The temperature here is very cold, but the racing here is red hot.
As we see more too-wide action going on, I see a little bit of bump across the grass, trying to take that no-item shortcut there, but that doesn't quite work here. They're going to be on the inside
That's
line, but not
Randy.
enough grip.
Who's Randy
And
fighting?
Randy able to get the geometry just right to get that pass. Oh, but there's the re-overtake right there. Who's Randy racing with?
Cole. That is one of the returning racers. His name's Cole.
All right, so it's Randy and Cole with a tough battle here, and it looks like Cole with the momentum going to go up on the inside of Randy here.
Now, Randy's on the inside. That's Randy Cole on the inside and Cole on the outside. Funny how his first name is his racer's last name. The overlap of names and the overlaps of cars. Cole gets a really good momentum coming around the up and gets cut off by Randy. Randy closes the door on him.
Yeah, he has to back out quite rapidly. And it looks like another battle's going on between Veron and... Or no, it might be a lapped car, actually.
No, that is Scott fighting Kirk for position.
Oh,
Kirk tried to take the inside. Scott hung it around the outside for better momentum. And inside, in front of both of them is Baron.
Oh, another person has gone off. Looks like a lapped car.
Also, I think we might have a longer race today. We're past the 20-minute mark, and I haven't seen the white flag. I didn't realize you were going extra.
Maybe the clock froze.
Maybe.
But here we are with one of the longest races. People are trying to push as hard as they can. We see a battle of four emerging through this.
Woo!
I'm not even sure what positions these are for.
Okay, so Scott is in 9th? Wow, we're that far back? Jeez. So Scott's in 9th. It's so hard to tell where everyone is. I thought he was still battling for 5th. So that means that Kirk is in 10th, Randy's in 11th, Cole is in 12th. Is that William in 13th? Holy moly.
Holy, yeah.
This championship has been flipped on its head.
Yeah, holy moly indeed. As we see a huge pack of... we see the mid-pack just form again. And here we go for another line of racing as we see Randy on the outside of Kirk. Kirk and Randy still going at it.
All right.
And we see Randy up on the outside there, defending that position, not letting Kirk pass, but Kirk's going to be looking for any opportunity, anywhere where he can get on that inside so he can get on that highly advantaged outside line. No, he's going to try to dive onto the inside of one again.
All this fighting is letting Randy behind them catch up. And it's worth noting that Randy, Scott, and Kirk, who are in a battle right now, are all really good friends. But friendship off the track doesn't necessarily mean they're going to play it easy on the track as Randy gets by Kirk. All that fighting from Kirk slowed him down, but Kirk not finished yet. He's going to try to get it in roller coaster, but gets cut off.
Oh, and Kirk takes a little bit of an outside, not so grippy line, and I think that's going to cost him a lot.
Yeah, that's going to cost him some time, but fortunately he keeps it back on the track. And Randy trying to get past Scott. Oh man, Scott being the bottleneck once again, defending like crazy, but Randy manages to get by. Yellow flag, there's a car turned around in top of the world. I hope they realize that.
Yep,
Okay, it looks like they're slowing down. That's
yep,
good. That's
they got to
good.
stop fighting.
Okay, they can fight again.
Yep, they can fight again. They're past the yellow, and they're in that line, and it looks like we're going to see people take alternative two wide lines through the sequence of corners, and that's going to let Randy get ahead a little bit, as no one is fighting with him.
And the white flag is out, signaling the final lap. As Alex takes the final lap, followed very closely by Sam? Is Sam that close? Did Sam catch up? He did.
Oh
We have a
my
battle for the
goodness.
lead. This whole time, Sam has been cooking. He's caught up to Alex for the lead of the race on the final lap. Let's see if Sam can do anything about it. They have equal pace, so it's going to be very difficult for Nick to try to get past Alex for the lead of the race. But these two know how to win a race. But
Yeah, they do indeed. And we saw Alex on the podium last race as well. And so we're going to see if Alex is able to hold on to this lead he has
it's going to be tough.
from
Nick
Sam.
is right on his bumper.
I wonder if Alex
It's going
is
to come down
aware.
to turn 4. For me, it's going to come down to turn 4. They're going to try to get his best exit as they can into turn 4. Nick on the inside doesn't quite get it. He's just trying to keep that momentum, but unfortunately, it kind of cost him. Going into turns 5 and 4 now. Alex takes an inside line. Nick slides the car around. Let's see if he can get a good exit, but he didn't really get a good entrance. Alex wisely
no.
taking that creepier outside and gets a better momentum. This
Yeah.
is Alex's race to defend.
Yeah, it looked like Nick tried to cut in a little bit too early for that turn 4. But now we have 2 more hairpins to go to the end of the race to decide our top 2 as we see Alex in that lead and Nick closely behind, super close to his bumper. It's going to be a drag race to the line as we see what Nick tries to do.
It all comes down to this corner.
The final corner, the last lap of the race.
Alex needs to turn in.
Nick is going to try to fly up on the inside. It's going to be up to Alex to have the better momentum to get to the line.
Get Alex,
We're
take the momentum.
happen. So
That was too
close.
close to go.
We
That
don't
was too
know.
close to go.
We
Let
do
me check
not
the
know.
driving sheets. That was a photo finish, and by 0.014 seconds, Alex maintains his momentum to
Nick-
get the line.
Nick is not.
Wow.
And then we got a pretty easy 3rd place, and followed by some back markers. 4th place from Davidson, it looks like. And then Sergey, a drag race to the line. Woo! Takes it from Aiden. And then here comes Kirk after a lot of incidents. Is able to secure a decent spot despite all the spinouts. But another battle still happening. That pack we were focusing on before, the racing is still going on. It looks like Randy's fallen down a couple spots. It looks like we're going to get a couple more drag races to the line here as the racing still goes on and they sort it out. And it looks like another photo finish for that position there. I believe Baron might have been in there. I don't know. But with that hectic race done, the checkered flag finish, and points to be distributed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you at the podium.
Once again, though, thanks for showing up, keeping it busy. We're going to start off with 3rd place. Actually, we'll go for best lap time first. Let me just double check this real quick. Best lap time out on track today went to Sam Chimerico with a 103.748. Nice job, Sam. Coming in 3rd place with the best lap time of 104.995. 16.0 off the lead, Nick Armstrong. Coming in 2nd place, the best lap of 103.748. Side by side, actually was ahead coming out of the last corner. Just barely got it taken back. 2nd place, Sam Chimerico. And taking that top spot today. Best lap number 103.827. Getting it back. Just the last like 15 feet of the race. 1st place, Alex again.